Hey everyone, it's Mera Mangle.
And Chasity Valentino.
And welcome to another Mangled morning. Woo! Chasity Valentino, how are you?
I am blessed and tastefully flavored.
Tastefully flavored, oh.
How are you?
I don't know. That's it.
It's a tough follow-up.
The taste is flavored. I feel like I need to process that. That kind of just threw me off a little. It's so early in the morning. I feel like we could make the top 4 of Drag Race season 23.
Season 86.
I like to do polls on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Something that was requested was us to discuss the top 4s of each season and rank them. They are going to be ranked today based on the Patreon members' votes, but I thought we could also talk about our favorite top 4s.
Okay.
And along the way, of course, talk about if we agree, disagree, how we would rank any particular top 4. So it's looking at the top 4 of each season of Drag Race. The only exception is season 14 because, of course, they had a top 5. So that one will be a top 5. So we're going to be looking at them based on the Patreon members' votes. Starting off with number 17 being the least amount of votes, which, spoiler, number 17 got 0 votes. One season got 0 votes. And working our way up, all the way up to number 1.
And you said season 17 got 0 votes.
No, not season 17.
Oh.
I'm saying number 17, because we're just doing the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, well, damn.
No, it's not that season. Before we get started, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and join the Patreon where you can see all kinds of additional content you can't see on YouTube. Plus, you're helping support the channel. Now you can also support the channel by tipping on Venmo or Cash App, like Eric M., who tipped on Cash App, and sent another one of those cool little screens, like we saw last week with the gold and the brown. He said, first-time tipper, long-time viewer. Glad to have you and your content back. I've enjoyed season 17 so much, but having you return as one of the best seasons unfolded feels correct. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's so sweet.
Aww.
And of course, you can also tip using the YouTube thanks, which we'll go over some of those at the end of the video. So we're looking at all the top 4s of the 17 seasons, regular seasons of U.S. Drag Race. Do you have a favorite top 4?
There's so many good top 4s, though. Like, it's really hard to be like, this one just jumps at me. Like,
I think there's some seasons where, like, one person will ruin it. You know?
Because I'm definitely going to have some opinions on, like, they shouldn't even been in the top 4.
Well, let's get into the list. And we're going to start off with the one season that has 0 votes. Coming in dead last.
I can't wait to see this.
Number 17 is season 7. Did not get any votes from our Patreon members.
I can see that.
It's not surprising, especially since earlier this week we were talking about the villain edit, and we were like, God, they're all kind of villainous in a way.
Yeah, and I feel like we talked about each one of these specific top 4. I could definitely see how they came in last place.
I'm shocked they got 0 votes, but it's not surprising that they would be towards the bottom. There's some great people on the season. I think some of these queens are great, but as a top 4, it would be hard pressed to find people to say, like, ooh, this top 4, though, really gets me going. You know, it's comparatively. Because the way this particular poll worked is they were allowed to vote for 4 top 4s as their 4 favorites. So I also gave them, the multiple choice. They didn't have to choose just one top 4.
Mm-hmm.
So every person on the Patreon had 4 votes each, and none of them chose this group. Just to drive that in home, that no one voted for them.
Drive it on home.
These next 2 are tied for the same amount of votes, but they're, right above the bottom. It is season 10 and 11, both at 15 and 16.
Now that's a little gaggy for me, okay?
Yeah?
That's a little gaggy for me.
Why is that?
Because, honestly, like, first of all, Asia's Dead Butterflies, that just made the finale. I mean, it didn't really make it. That sounds terrible. But it made good TV.
I would not deny at all that these queens make good TV. But as a foursome, are they the most likable?
We're talking about Eureka, who's very talented. I love watching Eureka perform. I love watching Asia perform. I love watching Akira, Brooklyn, Silky.
Actually, the season 11, all 4 of them are great performers.
Yeah, they're all amazing. And that was a fierce finale.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked that they're so far down.
But you're talking about specific moments, individual moments for some of them. I feel like,
as a group,
could you say that out of all the top 4s, would they be your favorites?
If they were on a lineup for a show, would I go see it?
Oh, well, that's a different question, too. That's a totally different question.
Okay, so how are we ranking these? for us, like mentally.
I would say the same way. The way I would think about it is, what are your favorite top fours? So you can't just pick
As a
all
collective.
of them. Yeah, as a collective. I think that's where
it just gets harder and harder.
Because I think that's where it changes it. Because I feel like you were picking out,
Okay, I could see as a collective.
Because like the season 10 queens, I feel like I don't know them as well.
I agree.
Didn't get to know Aquaria that much, but she was also young.
I agree with...
Eureka was not the most likable.
Season 10. I don't see season 11 in that bottom.
I would definitely have 11 higher.
Yeah.
But
season 10 I can see. Season 11, I'm not buying it. Not on clearance. Not on sale.
Next, right above them, seasons 1 and 13. And they also, the reason why these are paired together is they had the same amount of votes as well.
They put season 1 over 11? I mean, they are iconic because they're old.
Damn. She said that.
No, I'm just kidding. They are iconic. I don't want to take that away from them. However, also, I don't get the ooh-ah-ah sensation from them.
Before we get to the top 10, like the seasons at the bottom, there's sometimes just the one vote separating between. Yeah. So, like, it's not like these folks had like one more vote than the previous group. And
we're just basing this off the finale, nothing else.
No, it has nothing to do with the finale.
Them as a whole.
Just them as a top four, because a lot of these top fours, not all four of them make it to the finale. Yeah. But I thought the way to make it the most fair across the board is like the top fours for every season, regardless of if they made it to the finale.
But we're basing it off their season.
There's no rules. It's just, what are your favorite top fours? It doesn't have to be like There's nothing around it. There's nothing like that around it. Because I think there's certain seasons that as those queens come back to All Stars, that's what and they do well again. I think that's what kind of improves over time what that top four means to people.
Okay, so them where they are now, yes, they are iconic. Their legacy is amazing, but they're also a liability risk.
Yeah,
they'd need to sign a waiver because they could dislocate something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing I didn't understand this assignment. Season 13.
Maybe by the time we're done, you will.
Maybe. Season 13.
I think when you see the top people, you're going to be like, oh, okay.
As a collective.
I would say, to me, the weak link in 13 that I didn't connect with as much as Rosé.
Yeah, I was just about to say, everybody else is still thriving, doing a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And Rosé just kind of...
I think she is too, but just not in the drag.
Not in the same ways.
Yeah. Next, these two are our final tie. Also, again, just 1 point separating them above the others. And it's funny, it's both controversial winners. Season 2 and 4. We've got our controversial winners, but then on Season 2 we've got Raven, Juju, Tatianna, all iconic. And then on Season 4, you've got Chad, Latrice, and then the artist formerly known as Phi Phi. Very, very controversial folks that no longer really are in the zeitgeist, but...
Now how we gonna vote for bitches that don't even do drag no more?
Like, what's hard about Season 4 is, like, Latrice carries it. Latrice and Chad still carry it. But, like,
they do.
Latrice really carries it.
Latrice really carries it. And she looks so sickening.
And she's one of the queens that, she didn't make the finale. But,
I know.
But she's like...
But the way the people love her.
She's the most important now.
But Season 2...
That's some good drama.
1 out of 3 doesn't even do drag anymore. Season 12, 2 out of 4 don't...
Then you got your two besties. I feel like their time on All Stars 1 together, Raven and Juju, improved how you saw that, grouping a lot. And Tatianna coming back on All Stars 2. Yeah, oh my God.
I loved her on All Stars.
Yeah.
What a redemption. Chad on All Stars 1. Glad that Chad finally won. Latrice. Bring her back as often as possible. She's
out here doing interviews.
Yeah, she's just great, honestly. Yeah. I just love Latrice.
Icon. So now we're getting in the top 10. So now no more ties. Now we're really getting into the nitty gritty. These are the top 10.
Let me get my judging.
At number 10, season 12. I did put, this is another exception where I put Jackie in Sherry's spot since she was already disqualified.
Okay.
Because obviously that would change things and just makes it more fair. But yeah, you've got Jackie Cox, our winner Jada, Gigi, and Crystal. I love Jada. And I love Crystal. I think Crystal weighs a heavy on people, in terms of, she's so lovable. Mm-hmm. And then Gigi was so talented. And then Jackie was scrappy. She made it. She like clawed her way there.
She was the little engine that could.
She pushed.
I think I can. She
did. I don't think this group would be in my top 10. To be honest, as a foursome. They'd be outside of that. I like them.
I can grab moments from each of them that I could. Like Jada alone could be in my top 10.
Right. If I was just going off winners or something like that, Jada would be.
But the rest of them.
Do you know what I think? I think is going to make a big impact on this is, like, I'm already seeing a trend of, like, so did they all come back for All-Stars? And if not, then because you have less familiarity with them, I think not coming back impacts the ranking.
You don't feel like,
because we haven't had anyone but Jada come back, and Jada's the one that we feel the closest to.
Yeah.
I think that's...
well, also, I knew Jada before she went on there.
Well, I didn't. And also, I didn't really get to fall in love with Jada for real, until she did come back to that all-winter season, where she was herself the whole time and goofy the whole time.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, okay. So some of the little bits we got to see on season 12, that is who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I think it made you fall in love with her more. At number 9, our top 5, season 14. This makes sense to me that they would be... this is about where I would place them, kind of in the middle.
I would have put them closer to the end.
Okay. I love Angeria, love Willow. Dia is spicy. I feel like I've gotten to know Lady Camden more just on social media than I did on her season. And I liked Bosco, but I didn't connect with her a great deal.
I like Angeria and Dia. I really enjoy them. I really enjoy Dia and Angeria.
She said that.
There were some real drag race legends and legendary entertainers that were towards the bottom that kind of shocked me.
Well, maybe the 5th person helped us get a little higher, that advantage. At number 8 is our current season. So this is pretty much dead set in the middle. Season 17, our current top 4.
I could see that.
The reigning top 4.
I could see that.
I would have them... I like this group a lot, but definitely be lower than some of the ones we've already passed up.
Oh, well...
Also, it's hard to like, say when, like, we're still kind of in the season, even though it just ended. We're still in it. Like, it's still their reigning year.
Yeah, correct.
And what they could do with that year could impact how you feel about the top 4 in the end.
This season overall just... although it was a good season, it
does kind of fall middle of the road.
Yeah, it just kind of...
You never know, like, how you'll remember it until... with some time.
To remember it.
But I feel like it has... there is something that feels a little middle of the road about it. Because I think never having, like, those amazing lip sync moments in the season...
There's a lack in this season.
Something's
missing.
At number 7, number 16... At number 7, season 16, with Q, Saphira, Nymphia, and Plain Jane. I feel like this is a definite top 4 that could be divisive and have people split to either be like one of their favorites or not care for them as a top 4. Because the top 2, one of the best top 2s of all time, Saphira and Nymphia.
Now I give you that. That was one of the best top 2s. I would have been happy for either or. I remember when we reviewed it and everybody was like mad because I wasn't Nymphia's
a Nymphia
stan. However, I live like she's sickening.
She had an amazing reign. Incredible reign as a winner.
But when you put them as a 4...
This would be a hard one to figure out how to rank for me. I wasn't as huge of a fan of Plain Jane as most people were. And then Q obviously was an amazing designer, but lacked in a lot of the other challenges.
I think this would be further down for me.
Yeah. But see, I would still have it above the current season because Nymphia and Saphira were that fierce. Like, I think they still are a cut above.
Both things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. Regardless, lower.
Regardless.
When we get into this top 6, this is where, like, the majority of the votes are. Okay. So, like, this is where it really gets going. So, at number 6 is season 3 with Alexis Mateo, Manila, Raja, and Yara Sofia.
I can see that because this is a powerful group right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I want to see.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, this is where the majority of the votes are, is this top six.
So, yes. It's a yes for me.
Their legacies have all, like, they've all maintained that, like, iconic legacy.
Yes.
This could be a Mount Rushmore right there.
Okay. They're all sickening.
They've all come back to All-Stars.
They've all
Even Raja.
Raja came back and did all the All-Stars, all winners.
But the other girls have all come back multiple times.
Yeah. Done versus the world.
If they're on a season, you know it's going to be good.
So
they're going to be good.
Do we think that this group is so strong because we've grown such a strong connection?
We've seen them time and time again.
I'm going to pay attention to this pattern.
I think that does make a huge impact with this group. Kind of how I was saying with Raven and Juju, Yara and Alexis together on All Stars 1, I thought were fantastic.
And you got to see their evolution. Like, Alexis was, like, still a pretty young queen when she first did Drag Race, comparatively to what it is she does now.
Yeah, getting to see them come back and, like, do it hard again. And, like, because they've all of them have had, even Yara, the one time she went out really early, she still was, like, she basically just went out because she was annoying them. And they always all do extremely well on Drag Race.
Yeah.
At number 5 is season 8. You got Chi Chi DeVayne, Kimchi, Bob the Drag Queen, and Naomi Smalls. This is a very iconic top 4.
It is, but I'd put them lower.
This is about where I'd put them. I would say maybe the one we just looked at could be above them, but they're right up there.
Okay.
We had both of our top 4s that were all queens of color back to back, and they both were in the top 6.
I still would have put this lower.
Okay.
They might have hit the back of the bus.
Bob is one of the ultimate. I mean.
Oh, Bob.
Kim has the makeup line.
Okay, we're
untouched.
But
Naomi is the supermodel of Drag Race. No one comes close to her. And Chi Chi was the dancer that we miss. And so warm and fuzzy.
I like them, again, all individually, but as a group.
I think they're still really strong as a top 4. And they were really close as a top 4. I think this deserves to be top 5. At number 4 is season 6. Courtney, Bianca, Adore, and Darienne. This is a pretty iconic top 4.
It is. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, this was a very strong.
I expected season 6 to be top 3. Like, in my brain, I was like, oh yeah, they'll probably be top 3. But they were right outside that.
They all are still, once again, as we said about some former seasons, they're continuing to carry on. And
Courtney got the international markets just on lockdown in terms of being on TV.
Yeah.
Just insane.
She got this. Bianca, always touring, always, like, Bianca is literally
the Joan Rivers of drag.
She is the epitome of do it right the first time and you'll never have to do it over. She's made cameo, but, like, girl, she's literally still so booked, so busy, so in demand.
Selling out those tours all on her own.
And here's the thing, not because she's this amazing lip syncer or...
She does exactly what you want her to do. Stand up there and roast the audience, roast everyone.
Yeah, she's a stand-up. She performs in her own way, but it is not a typical drag performance. And she has marketed her. She's a marketing genius.
I'd be so confused if I went to a Bianca show and she didn't do stand-up. If she started lip syncing Sissy That Walk.
Okay, if Mama came out there and Kitty Girl.
Right, we don't want that. We want to hear you. Yeah. And of course, speaking of hearing them, Adore the singer.
Oh, I love her voice.
Still want Adore to have a redemption.
I think now, where she's at now, I want to get to know that Adore.
Right, because she's, changed so much.
Yeah.
Life's changed so much. So now we're headed into the top 3. At number 3 is season 15, Mistress, Sasha, Anitra, and Luxe. To be a recent season 2 to make it all the way up here to number 3 is pretty iconic. And if any top 4 is going to do it, this is one of the top 4s.
This is so good. This is definitely a very, very, very strong, good top 4.
Mm-hmm. I want to say the only other person to... no, Lucy got a couple wins, and then Aura Mayari got one random win. But, I mean, they dominated the season. It was really these girls.
This is a good one. I mean, Sasha... Like, every time I'm looking at it, and I'm like, Sasha carries, but Mistress... Sasha alone, yeah. But...
No, they all delivered.
But Luxe, like, they all carried this season so well that, like, rightfully so, definitely agree top 3 worthy.
And they're queens that... people are, like, dying to see back, like Anitra and Luxe and, of course, Mistress.
But I think that this season, this mashup right here, reminds me a lot of Cameron, Eureka, Asia.
No.
I think so.
I feel
And
like
Aquaria.
this group has way more personality than the group you just named.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there's so many similarities.
And I think they're more likable, too.
Really?
Besides Asia.
I really...
At number 2, Season 5, Detox, Jinkx, Alaska, Roxxxy Andrews. This is fully what I expected to be number 1. This would be my number 1. I mean, these are
pivotal.
One bitch won the show twice. They all make it all the way to the end every time.
Oh, what you're not going to do is send them home.
And if Alaska Talks is there together, they're going to help Roxxxy make it there to the end.
They're going to get her there, honey.
But I mean, she still was amazing.
No, this is... okay. Yes.
Like, Alaska Talks plus Jinkx. How are you going to pass that up?
And you
are you finally getting what I said earlier? Like, when we get to the top ones, you're going to see.
You'll see it.
These are some of the, like, individually, some of the best competitors on Drag Race ever. You know?
This is good. It's getting good now.
Well, there's only one left.
The top 3 so far are so good. Process of elimination. I don't remember what we've been through, so I can't wait to see what number 1
I know, because we've seen so many from all ends that you're like, who are we left with? Well, at number 1, Season 9. Because you've got everyone but Peppermint has crowns.
Okay.
And people want Peppermint to come back to get that crown.
You want Peppermint to come back to get that
It's
crown.
not just me. They're number 1.
But you really want Peppermint back.
I want whatever she wants, but I would like that.
I do agree. I do agree.
I would like to see that.
We would love a little, and I think she went on Traitors, so come on and give us a little All-Stars.
Yeah, I still would say that I would put Season 5 at number 1. They could probably, as a collective, beat Season 5 in terms of some of the fashion challenges on Drag Race, but you can't tell me they'll beat them in any way, shape, or form in terms of the other challenges.
No, I would probably flip-flop that. I agree with this top 3, but I would flip-flop 1 and 2.
I do think they should be number 2. Like, no question.
But again, very close.
Yeah.
And I think Shay's,
in terms of the challenges, probably overall the strongest, but so is Trinity.
Trinity is very versatile in her craft, and
because she has the most wins of all time.
She
did compete 3 times, but
she be on it.
Yeah, it's a good group.
Wow, so that's it. I can't believe that. Okay, shout out to Patreon for the ranking, but also that's kind of gaggy to see that like where people really see some of these seasons.
Well, and the thing is, we're not asking them to rank
the season.
Right, we're just saying, like, pick your favorites.
Yeah.
So it's almost like just the silence says everything about the others. They could still like them. They're just not going to be their favorites. You know?
Like, for me, like, I really enjoyed Kennedy as a solo, but not...
I can't pick that because...
that group? Ooh.
No, it makes sense that they're at the bottom. Because collectively, there's just no way I could vote for them.
Okay, so there's 2 groups that I think should have been higher.
Which ones?
Akira, Brooklyn, Silky, Evie.
So Season 11.
And Asia, Cameron.
Oh, so yeah.
See, so basically
10 and 11.
10 and 11. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it, I would have placed that higher. Other than that, I could see it. I know there were times where I was like, what? They put this over that? But... I can, once you get to the top, you're like, okay.
Right. Because especially, like, I would say the top 6.
Yeah.
You know, when we get to Season 3, it's just like, well, yeah, these are kind of the groups. Because when you start to think about what they've done on and off the show, it's hard to top these groups. And I think that's what's so impressive about Season 15, making it all the way in that section. Because, like, they haven't had the most lifespan, you know, since post-show.
But we're talking about, when we go back to Season 10, Asia literally hosts the RuPaul's Drag Race Live.
Yeah.
Cameron was on it. Eureka did the show, the TV show. What was that show called? They canceled it.
I don't know.
Oh, We Are Here. So I seen them going up higher.
Mm. Well,
I'm die on this.
Love that for you. Now it's time to get to our YouTube thanks. Hey, Mera. Drag Race conspiracy theory time. Do you think the Drag Race producers purposely put out those rumored queen lists just so even on off seasons they can create offline online chatter about the show? I don't think so. Sometimes there'll be lists that come out that are wrong, but they're very quickly the correct list. Like it's a very short window where maybe a list comes out that's like not true or not solidified.
So you don't think that the producers leak it?
What off season? What off season are you referring to?
In between, I would say US seasons.
The U.S. ones. I don't know.
I think there's some cracks and some leaks in the system.
There's definitely leaks, but I don't think they're like the show itself is like we're going to put out these fake lists.
I don't think they put out fake lists. It doesn't say fake lists. It just says rumored queen list.
Oh. I think someone at the show does.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times these rumored queens lists, a lot of times are people who have made it pretty far in the process of being on the show.
Mm. Okay.
So there's like backstory whenever you see these rumored queens.
Gotcha. The next one says, hello to you and the wonderful cast of the Mangle Morning. Thanks for all the wonderful content. Wonderful again. And talented queens you provide. So great to see you meet one of your divas. Talking about Jerry. The meet and greet was hilarious because it looked like she was meeting me. I was making a big impact on her. A lot of people said that it looked like she was at my meet and greet. Possible video idea. Drag Race needs to retire, bench, or bring back. So things that Drag Race needs to retire, bench, or bring back. That could be good. We'll have to save that one now. Because that, definitely could be a video. I love that. Well, thank you so much. We're going to head out of here for now. I have one last thing to say today. Glad you got to see us. Bye!